Good morning, welcome, hello. It's Sunday the 24th of June. I am in Bothwell. I'm walking to the castle. There's a living history event today. I'm a spectator, I'm not actually part of it today. But this video should have really been filmed at Bothwell Castle back in February, because I was planning to do it as part of the wee tour I had when I had a car hire. Another car hire is next month, so I wasn't going to do it this way. So I've used public transport today to get here, and there's midges all over the place, which is fun. But yes, no, this vlog is quite momentous. It's the last time I'm going to be vlogging using, or properly vlogging, using this camera that I'm using now, which is the front camera and the back camera of my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. It's the S9 I'm getting. I've ordered it in. So, regardless of that, yes, this is another vlog, and you're very welcome to join me. So I'm inside Bothwell Castle now. Now I made a comment in a vlog a couple of years ago, Rothsey Castle, about the curvature of some of the walls was akin to the curvature of some of the towers in Bothwell. Now it's more apparent if we go over there in a second. The Dojon, big keep, quite impressive defensive building at the time. Destroyed, I believe, during the Scots Wars of Independence, as was most of the castle, but it was in the care of the Black Douglases, Archibald Douglas, Archibald the Grim, until 1455, when he was murdered in Stirling Castle by James II. The scene of the famous Red Wedding, the basis for the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones. And Bothwell was his ancestral seat. I will mention in a Tantallon Castle video that the Red Douglases did take over it briefly later on, but it was under royal hands until well, the latter half of the 15th century, and then it started going into decline. But yes, the Douglases and so forth are linked to this castle. It's part of the big history here of Bothwell. And I'm just having a quick tour of the castle before we start the main event, which is the reenactment stuff later on. So let's go have a little bit more of a peruse, shall we? There is the River Clyde, quite a defensive position. There's only one way you can actually get into the castle, and that's from the entrance that came in earlier. Down here, it's really defensive for the Clyde. Quite still today. Quite full too. It is moving along, going up towards Glasgow. Excuse me about the curved towers. Most Scottish towers tend to be squarer, not as palatial as this. It tends to be more like the sort of curves you see in other castles down south. The best example I've seen recently is it's not Caerphilly, with that big castle that's leaning. Nothing like that here, but there's a lot of work that's gone on to conserve this place, and it's always things going on or work. It's never in a good condition state. There's always something that's not quite right and needs to be conserved. It's good to see that there is work going on to try and improve and maintain and conserve properties like this. And it's conservation is so important now, and they did some archaeological stuff a couple of years ago here and found a lot of stuff in the garden area there. They found some evidence of lean-to buildings as well in the main courtyard area, which is standard for most places. But yeah, this is my local castle.
Good afternoon, ladies and gents. How's everyone today?
Hooray!
Can't hear you. How's everyone today? The sun is shining in Bothwell Castle. Isn't it lovely? Ladies and gents, we are, first of all, introductions, we are Medieval Realm. We are a Scottish reenactment group, and we go all around the country this time of year, reenacting the times, life and times from the high and late medieval periods, and also the Renaissance times. So from basically the 13th century right through to the 16th century is the time periods we cover. Today we're going to transport you back in time to the early 15th century, at the time of Sir Archibald Douglas, 4th Earl of Douglas and Lord of Bothwell. And this is one of his homes here. So, first of all, what we're going to do, ladies and gents, is we're going to kick-start things off with a demonstration. I can't do the demonstration and talk on the mic at the same time, so get yourselves quite close. I'm going to turn this off and talk to you just straight off the cuff. And we're going to go and talk about some of the weapons used in Sir Douglas's day.
You'll see in many a film, such as Braveheart, and many a statue around Scotland, the iconic William Wallace using an iconic sword like this, the two-handed claymore. So we're actually going to go and put this to the test with your help, Marcus. Okay, you're going to be William Wallace. Now, in Wallace's day, he would have been wearing at least 70 pounds in weight worth of mail. Mail being, nowadays you call chain mail. In Wallace's day, simply called mail. You'll be glad to hear that because it's such a nice day, we're not going to put you in the mail. Okay?
Thank you.
That's a good news. That's a good news. Now, on Wallace's day as well, the mail is there to protect you, and it was good against cuts coming in at you, but not so good against thrusts. So you need something extra to go and handle all these nasty Englishmen with their big war horses and their big lances. Okay. So we're going to give you a shield to go and carry. Now, you have to carry this in your left hand, because everybody in the medieval period had to be right-handed. You weren't allowed to be left-handed, no lefties allowed. They would see it as a mark of the devil. And you can see here we have what we call a heater shield, ladies and gents, and it covers Marcus from shoulder to knee. That's important. Everything inside here is well protected. Another thing you'll see as well, it's made of wood, always made of wood, never made of metal. Not for a shield that size. So, let's go and test this out now. So we're going to need a 200 claymore. And you go, hold that up there. Look to your audience and shout, freedom!
Freedom!
Hey, come on, round of applause, freedom! Keep up there.
We're going to make the food.
So now, William Wallace fought at the Battle of Stirling Bridge in 1297. That's it, keep it up there. Keep going, you're doing well. 1297, in September of that year, he fought with another knight called Andrew de Murray. You okay?
Aye,
well, fine, excellent. Take it down a little bit. Yeah, that's better for the pose, yeah. You get a picture taken. And he fought all day long, repeatedly using a weapon like this. But you can even swing it around a little bit. Go on, go on. Keep swinging it around. Doing well, keep doing it. That's it. Is he doing a good job, isn't he? Yeah. Getting a bit tired? I couldn't do that all day. Yeah, well, this is the problem, ladies and gents. Big sword takes an awful lot. Now, even if you were 6'7", as William Wallace was reputed to be, it's a bit difficult. Keep it up in the air, that's it. A bit difficult to hold a sword like this and use it effectively. So this actually wasn't the type of sword used back in Wallace or Bruce's day.
But yeah, no, that was quite interesting take on the weapons, because it's different to what I've seen and taken part in myself. There's a nice little different slant seeing in this surrounding what other groups do on a small venue. So I've seen them bigger venues, but I've never seen them do small stuff. This is the first time I've seen Realm do this, so it's look quite exciting at the moment. Next up is putting Armour on a night, which will be at 2 o'clock.
Because you can see there, ladies and gents, he's got his legs on already, just to go and help speed things up. And we'll start off at the bottom. You've got the lower leg protection, which is what's called greaves, ladies and gents. And by the time of the 4th Earl of Douglas in the year 1400, they've got fully enclosed greaves, so it covers the front and the back of the leg. The next bit we're going to get Sir Douglas to put on is his armour jacket, another vital part of the kit. So we'll get that on just now. Now the armour jacket, ladies and gents, in previous centuries, it was a padded jacket made up of lots of layers, and it was required to be worn underneath mail, because mail armour very flexible and it's good against stopping slashing attacks coming in, but you needed the padding underneath to stop it, one from chafing, it's not nice when it chafes, and also to stop blunt trauma attacks coming in. Now because you're wearing plate armour, by Sir Douglas's day, he doesn't need to have so much padding on underneath. So the gambeson's a little bit thinner, and you'll see that there's little bits of ties there, little cords, and that's going to come into effect shortly when they actually tie the armour onto the armour jacket. And speaking of cost, the cost of all this plate armour, well, you can see it's quite a shiny piece of kit, and it's that has to be done by hand, ladies and gents. No machines back then to go and make it that shiny, and that was about 70% of the cost of the armour was in the finishing it. Now that's not to say that poor people, the peasantry, the serfs did not wear plate armour, they did, but it was only off the peg, kind of stuff, and only just made rough and ready to a fashion that was functional and not finished like this. So Douglas wants to show off just how wealthy he is, bit of bling going on. So nice bit of protection here on both arms. And this is actually symmetrical armour, ladies and gents. That's what Sir Douglas is happy to go and fight in. Sometimes the armour was asymmetrical, basically means it was built up more on the left side, because that's where most of the hits were coming in here. But this particular one, the same size on both sides. So that's number one, and if he gives you a little twirl, turns around, you can see he's got bits of plate that would have covered your kidneys. Well, covered your kidneys in a younger day, they got a little bit bigger as you got older, so it gets a bit wider. So Douglas now taking a bit of a breather in the sunshine. Now he's taking his hat off and putting on his arming cap. So the arming cap basically made up in the same way as the gambesson. Quite lots of layers. Helps protect the head. With these type of helmets, ladies and gents, they look slightly oversized. That's done for a purpose. If you take a modern type of helmet you see a biker wear, the helmet allows movement of the head inside, so you don't get direct shot against the head, and the same principle applies to these medieval helms as well. Now the type of helm that Sir Douglas has got here, typical of the period, is sometimes called a pig face bassinet or a hound skull, because it looks like a dog's face. But the idea about having such a pointy visor on this type of helm, ladies and gents, is to go in, it's all about deflection. He's up against the English longbow, and that's just a devastating weapon for us Scots to go and try and counter. So you want something that can actually deflect these arrows coming in at him. So if he wiggles his hands in the air, you can see the type of gauntlets. Finger gauntlets, ladies and gents, at this time. So it still keeps it very articulate, able to go and grasp the weapons. So ladies and gents, first of all, let's have a round of applause for our squires, Erica and Dean. Thank you for that. We got a line in record time. And Sir Douglas himself, all armoured up, and about 60 to 70 pounds of armour, ladies and gents.
Well, that's it. I could have filmed the next bit, which was the kids' army, but as I keep saying when these things do come up, I'm not showing that. It's not for the squeamish, and it's not something I'll ever want to show on camera. Anyway, thanks very much everybody for watching this as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, hit that notifications bell, and don't forget to comment if you like what you see. Tell me what you want me to do vlogging wise. What's the time to come? Lots of things to do. Don't forget this video every Sunday at 4 PM GMT. Next week is, well, you'll need to wait and see, won't you? A few changes afoot as I've already announced. But until then, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you later.